Columbia is about to look nothing like the Columbia you know. Quiet neighborhoods are turning into economic hubs. Cranes are rising where parking lots used to be. And something huge is about to break ground along the river. We're talking billion-dollar moves, game-changing projects, and a level of momentum the city hasn't seen in decades. Whether you've lived here your whole life or you're just passing through, what's coming in 2025 is gonna reshape everything, from how we move, to where we gather, to how we live. And trust me, there's one thing on this list that nobody is ready for. From new infrastructure to rising developments, Columbia is on the verge of something big. Entire districts are being reimagined. Long neglected areas are turning into hubs of activity, and the pace of growth is accelerating fast. This city is changing, and the reasons behind it are worth paying attention to. I'm Brandon. My team helps people just like you make sense of it all. So whether you're thinking about relocating, moving across town, or just trying to figure out where the right place to live really is, if you ever have questions about Columbia or any of the surrounding areas, don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to help. No pressure, just real answers and honest guidance. And speaking of big changes, there is one development already underway that is about to transform how healthcare works in this city. And I know this is something so many have asked about. Whether you're looking for a job in healthcare or you're just looking for a doctor's office closer to home, you're gonna wanna see this. In one of the most significant healthcare investments Columbia has ever seen, Prisma Health is building a brand new 15-acre medical park in the Northeast Corridor, and it's already under construction. And this is not just a standalone building. It's a full outpatient campus designed to handle everything from surgeries to diagnostic to specialized care. The centerpiece is a 200,000 square foot medical office building that'll house 11 operating rooms, 72 exam rooms, and advanced imaging services, all in one place. And it's strategically located just off of I-77 near Killeen Road, giving it direct access to one of Columbia's fastest growing residential areas. And beyond the care it provides, this project is expected to generate over 1,500 permanent jobs, making it a major economic catalyst for the entire region. It's a clear signal that Northeast Columbia and Blythewood is becoming a core hub for both health and growth, especially knowing Lexington Medical Center opened a center out that direction not that long ago. And you already have the old Providence, now MUSC, out that direction as well. And of course, we can't help to watch Lexington Medical Center make land grabs all over West Lexington, which is great news for those that are looking for jobs in healthcare or just needing a doctor's office closer to home. But just a few miles away, another project is quietly taking shape. And this one has the potential to completely change how Columbia experiences live events, community gatherings, and life on the water. For years, the Congy River has been one of Columbia's greatest untapped assets. That is about to change though. The city is planning a new 80-acre riverfront destination that will completely reshape how people connect with downtown and the water. This is not just a park. It is part of a much bigger vision to transform the river into a central gathering point for the city. We're talking open-air venues, amphitheaters, miles of trails and boardwalks, and community spaces designed to host everything from festivals and food trucks to family picnics and live music. But there's more to it than the aesthetics. By revitalizing this stretch of land, the city is laying the foundation for long-term growth. Businesses are already eyeing nearby real estate. Walkability is going up. Property values are expected to follow. And locals finally get a destination that is not just beautiful, but functional and alive. This is Columbia reclaiming the river and turning it into an experience. But if you think this is big, wait until you hear what is coming to Columbia's rail system. Imagine stepping onto a train in Columbia and being in Charlotte in under 2 hours, or in downtown Atlanta without ever touching the interstate. What a dream, right? That vision is getting closer to reality. Columbia is now officially part of the conversation for a high-speed rail corridor that would connect major cities across the Southeast. This isn't just about convenience. It's about positioning Columbia as a central player in the region's future. The Southeast High-Speed Rail Corridor has gained serious momentum, and state leaders are pushing to bring a stop right here at the capital city. The plan would open up fast, frequent travel to neighboring cities, while bringing in new jobs, tourism dollars, and long-term infrastructure investment. For a city that has often been bypassed in major transportation upgrades, this could be a complete game changer. The tracks may not be laid yet, but the groundwork is already in motion. And as someone coming from California, this isn't some California dream speed rail line that 15 years later and tons of taxpayer money, they have nothing to show. This project is literally already underway in other states. And it's just a matter of stopping here in the Midlands of South Carolina. With Columbia gaining faster access to cities like Charlotte and Atlanta, it only makes sense that our shopping shopping experiences steps up to meet that energy too. What used to be Richland Mall is about to become one of the most exciting places in Forest Acres, if you can believe it. A brand new Kroger Marketplace is leading the charge. And this isn't just your average grocery store. We're talking 120,000 square feet packed with a Starbucks, a full pharmacy, a gas station, and the kind of conveniences that makes errands feel effortless. But that's just the beginning. The entire site is being transformed into a mixed-use destination with new apartments, street-level shopping, restaurants, and even a 6-acre public park. Imagine grabbing coffee, picking up dinner, walking your dog, and catching live music, all in one connected neighborhood. Construction is set to start late next year, and we've already seen them tearing down the old one to prep for this. And by 2027, this could be one of the most vibrant hubs in the Midlands, a massive change for this area. Meanwhile, downtown is getting its own retail revival. The historic Taps building on Main Street, it's being reborn as the Shops at Taps. And you gotta hear this because it's bringing 11,000 square feet of storefronts, plus a 24-hour gym, breathing fresh energy into one of Columbia's most iconic buildings. It is not just a facelift, it's a comeback story. These projects are not just about shopping, they are about reimagining what it feels like to live in Columbia. And with all these new destinations popping up, there's one question on everyone's mind. Can our roads handle what is coming? Look, we covered healthcare, the riverfront, regional rail, and thousands of new jobs to our area. And we're just getting started. Columbia is picking up serious momentum, and these early moves are laying the foundation for everything else coming next. I mean, if you're finding this helpful or eye-opening, consider subscribing so you don't miss the rest of what's being built across the Midlands. And hey, drop a comment below and let me know which one of these caught you off guard, because we're shifting from job growth to traffic flow. That's right, if you've ever been stuck on I-26, you know exactly why this project matters. The South Carolina Department of Transportation has launched a $1.7 billion program to widen key segments of I-26, expanding from 4 lanes to 6 or 8 over multiple stretches between Southeast Lexington and Columbia. Right now, crews are working on the 11-mile stretch between Gaston and St. Matthews, and that section is expected to wrap up by the end of 2027. But that is just one piece of the puzzle. The plan now stretches all the way to Charleston, covering approximately 70 miles of rural interstate. Thanks to recent state funding accelerations, officials now expect the entire corridor complex to be completed by 2034, which is 6 years sooner than initially projected. This isn't just about smoother commutes. It's designed to reduce crashes, improve emergency response times, support hurricane evacuations route, and keep pace with South Carolina's rapid population growth. Our segment of the I-26 corridor handles more than 24 million vehicles a year, and 5 million of those are semi-trucks. So even small improvements will have a huge regional impact. And of course, this is already on top of the malfunction junction, I should probably correct myself, I mean Carolina Crossroads project that is well underway. Finally fixing that corridor of I-20, I-26, and 126. But I know word of the other project excites me, as we love taking trips to Charleston, and we all know that traffic you have to deal with not only leaving Columbia, but when you hit I-95. Now, traffic may still be slow for now, unfortunately, but Columbia's next project keeps pushing growth forward. Up next, we go from roads to redevelopment. Let's get into the BullStreet transformation. Once the site of the Old State Mental Health Hospital, BullStreet is now one of the most ambitious urban redevelopments in the Southeast. And in 2025, it is entering a whole new phase. Over 750 residential units are on track to be completed, adding dense, modern living options to the city's core. But this is not just housing. The BullStreet District is evolving into a walkable urban village with shops, offices, restaurants, and parks, all within steps of each other. The plan spans 181 acres, making it the largest city center development project in South Carolina. What was once sealed off from the public is now becoming a lifestyle hub, complete with Segra Park, green space, and adaptive reuse of historic buildings. With each new phase, BullStreet is connecting Columbia's downtown grid to a modern vision of what city living can look like. And I personally can't wait till Gather Cola opens this year for more options to grab a bite to eat. I know we personally love grabbing Iron Hill Brewery or Publico before catching a Fireflies game at Segra Park. But on those days you can bring your dog to the park, another outdoor food venue adds more options. But the city is not just building up. It's also reclaiming what was nearly lost. Up next is a river and canal transformation you probably haven't seen coming. The Columbia Canal has always been a part of the city's identity, but it suffered serious damage during the 2015 flood, leaving embankments unstable and much of the riverfront underutilized. This is changing now. The city has committed between $60 and $120 million to restore the canal embankment, repair the historic hedge gate, and build a brand new hydroelectric station that will generate clean energy for public buildings. For residents, the impact is huge. Safe, stable embankments mean families can walk and bike ride along the river once more without concern. Environmental systems will be strengthened, offering long-term flood protection and better drinking water quality. The addition of a hydroelectric plant also signals a commitment to renewable energy and sustainable city operations. On the fun side, this renovation opens the door for more riverfront community use. Picture weekend yoga sessions on newly improved banks, outdoor fitness classes, kayak and paddleboard rentals, and river access for school field trips. Imagine evening concerts by the water, or pop-up art and food markets in a space that is both historic and vibrant. This is one of those rare projects that blends practical infrastructure with meaningful community engagement, all while honoring a piece of Columbia's past and preparing it for tomorrow. As well, it hopes to reopen the walking and biking trails, which is part of the greater Palmetto Trail that plans to connect Charleston to Greenville, passing through Columbia with 500 miles of biking and walking trails. I mean, I was once called out as a hoax, but go Google Palmetto Trail and watch the growth in real time. And if you think that's impressive, wait until you hear what's being built downtown to support the next generation of innovators. In the heart of downtown Columbia, a new kind of space is in final phases. The USC Columbia Innovation Center. It's a place designed to attract startups, support entrepreneurs, and drive collaboration between tech, business, and higher education. Picture co-working spaces with built-in mentorship, event programming that connects founders with investors, and studios or labs that help creatives and coders bring ideas to life. As it comes together as proposed, this hub could serve as a launchpad for Columbia's next wave of talent and help keep more young professionals rooted here rather than heading off to larger cities. It is something so many have seeked out to bring higher paying jobs to the Midlands and hope to keep those who graduate from the university around longer. And while innovation is about the future, Columbia is honoring the past in one powerful way. Up next is a project bringing long overdue recognition to a South Carolina hero. At the center of Columbia's skyline stands the South Carolina State House, a symbol of the state's history and its progress. But what surrounds it is about to look and feel very different. A series of renovations is underway on the State House grounds, focusing on everything from security upgrades and monument lighting to new landscaping and better public accessibility. But one of the most meaningful additions is a monument honoring Robert Smalls, the formerly enslaved man who became a Union war hero, a state legislator, and a U.S. congressman. His story is one of resilience, strategy, and leadership, and soon his legacy will have a permanent home at the State House. These upgrades do more than preserve history. They make the grounds more welcoming, more informative, and more reflective of the full story of South Carolina. It's a space for field trips, which I know is exciting as someone who has kids in schools that are going to learn the history of the area, for peaceful gatherings and cultural connection. Now that we have paused in the heart of the city, it's kind of time to turn back towards the future. And the next few projects could reshape Columbia's job market from the ground up. Look, what you've seen so far is only the beginning. Columbia's growth story is not slowing down. In fact, the next wave of development is where things really start to take shape. From advanced research campuses to massive tech investments, clean energy projects, and new educational hubs. Wild to think, but these next chapters are what will really define the city's future. If you're starting to picture how all this could impact your life, your commute, or even your next move, make sure to stay subscribed. And if you ever want help figuring out where to go next in or around Columbia, my team and I are just a message away. No pressure, just real insight and guidance. And now, let's dive into a development that could completely change Columbia's footprint in the tech world. Columbia is on the verge of transforming into a real tech hub. Midlands Technical College recently secured $16 million to expand its building trades and industrial automation programs, adding hundreds of new seats to meet growing demand in AI, welding, HVAC, and manufacturing. Meanwhile, the University of South Carolina is moving forward with a new 100,000 square foot STEM and Innovation Research Center. It's backed by $1.5 million in design funding from its board of trustees. This 5-story facility will include labs and collaborative areas designed to support entrepreneurship. and university industry partnerships. It's located near the USC District downtown and connected to major transit routes. The campus is expected to become a focal point for tech startups, research projects, and workforce development. It is exactly the type of multidimensional investment that can launch Columbia into the next level of economic growth. We know tech has expanded so many areas around this country. And are we about to be the next stop? But let's keep this momentum going, because the next story is about something even bigger, taking roots in our own backyards. Just down the road from the tech campus, the University of South Carolina is breaking ground on one of its most ambitious projects to date, a brand new health science campuses located within the BullStreet District. This $300 million development will feature a 320,000 square foot state-of-the-art medical school facility that will bring together education, research, and patient care in one centralized hub. The design focuses on interdisciplinary collaboration, modern labs, simulation centers, and clinical partnerships that tie directly into Columbia's hospital system. For students, this means cutting-edge training environments. For faculty, it creates stronger research opportunities. And for the city, it signals a long-term investment in healthcare innovation that will draw talent and industry attention far beyond the Midlands, and is convenient to Prisma Health, the local teaching hospital. From groundbreaking medical facilities to the great outdoors, Columbia's growth isn't just about buildings. It's about creating spaces where people want to live, unwind, and connect. For years, Pine Island was a spot locals drove past on the way to the lake, wondering when something would finally happen there for the locals. Now it's finally happening, and the transformation is turning heads. South Carolina Departments of Parks and Recreation and Tourism has announced that Pine Island Park is set to open in October of 2026 and is packed with reasons to get excited. The plans are nothing short of impressive. Picture wide open green spaces, shaded picnic areas, and an adventure-style playground that makes it a perfect family day trip. Add in a kayak and canoe launch with access to Lake Murray, scenic walking trails, and stunning views of the water. You've got a destination, not just a park. This is not just about adding a new spot to the map. It's about giving residents and visitors a new reason to love Lake Murray. Local businesses, real estate values, and quality of life all stand to benefit from the increased traffic and renewed attention this project brings to the area. Whether you're paddling through the morning mist or just enjoying a sunset stroll, Pine Island is about to become one of the Midlands' favorite escapes. I know so many have asked for more spots for public access on Lake Murray, and the day has finally come. If a day at the lake sounds like your kind of getaway, wait until you hear what's coming to downtown Lexington. This next development is built for visitors, but it could be a big win for locals too. Downtown Lexington is about to get a serious hospitality upgrade. A 101-room hotel has just cleared a key hurdle for development and is bringing fresh opportunity right into the heart of one of the Midlands' fastest growing towns. This project is more than just a place to sleep. It is expected to attract business travelers, out-of-town visitors, and anyone attending the festivals, events, and sports tournaments that fill Lexington's calendar. More foot traffic means more energy downtown. Local shops and restaurants will benefit from the consistent flow of guests, giving small businesses a boost and building on the momentum the area has already been experiencing. I know so many of my clients that have been underwhelmed by the options in Lexington and felt forced to stay in Harbison or Columbia just to find the right hotel. And now Lexington is finally delivering. The hotel is designed to complement the surrounding retail and dining spaces, and this development could help tie the whole district together. For longtime residents, it signals real investment in Lexington's future. And for newcomers, it sets the tone for a vibrant and welcoming downtown experience. And speaking of events and tournaments, the next project is designed to put Lexington on the map in a big way. Lexington County is investing big in a new indoor sports complex, and this could be a real game changer for the region. The Lexington County Recreation Commission is leading the effort with the facility budgeted at around $65 million. It'll be built in two phases. The first focuses on outdoor synthetic fields for sports like baseball, soccer, lacrosse, and softball, costing roughly $25 million. The second phase, at $40 million, will bring a massive indoor complex equipped with 10 full-size basketball courts, 20 volleyball courts, a running track, concessions, parking, and community spaces. Once completed, is not just a place for local teams to practice. It is designed to host regional tournaments and multi-day events that bring families from across the Southeast. That kind of visit puts heads in beds, food in restaurants, and sales in local shops. And during construction, this also means hundreds of jobs. After it opens, the facility will employ staff for operations, maintenance, event coordination, and more. It offers a way for Lexington and Columbia area families to enjoy top quality sports facilities without having to travel far. And it makes the region a destination for youth sports tourism. This complex is about energizing our weekends. And while the exact location has not been announced, they say it's going to be over near South Congy or West Columbia. But up next is a project focused on the essential infrastructure every thriving city does need. And don't miss the final reveals. Columbia is one step closer to creating one of the most exciting outdoor projects in the region. A 27-mile greenway network that connects neighborhoods, parks, and commercial areas across the city. The newest breakthrough is the Saluda Shoals extension, which just broke ground, and it brings this ambitious vision into real focus. This is more than just a walking trail. The Greenway is designed to encourage outdoor activity, reduce traffic dependence, and link people to places that matter, whether it is your local park, a lunch spot, or a weekend festival. I mean, imagine biking from your neighborhood in Irmo to downtown without hitting a single major road. And the whole time, you're jogging past rivers and through tree-lined paths on your morning commute. This project is expected to support local business growth, attract new residents, and increase the appeal of nearby real estate. For a city that's growing fast, this kind of sustainable infrastructure is the thread that pulls everything together. And for those not familiar, this trail is expected to start at the dam on Lake Murray and end all the way at the Three Rivers Greenway at the Riverbank Zoo and Botanical Gardens. Crazy concept to think of, right? And with every new path and project coming together, the big question is, what does all this mean for the future of Columbia? Downtown Lexington is leaning into a new kind of living, something so many of you asked for, just steps from Main Street. Sandpiper Square is a fresh new wave of housing, and it's popping up with a clear mission: walkability. These homes are designed so you can leave the car behind and still get everything done. Talking about morning coffee, grocery runs, park visits, even your workout. It's all within a short stroll. This isn't some urban transplant idea. It's tailored to Lexington's own rhythm. I mean, picture cozy front porches, pedestrian-friendly streets, and small local businesses within arm reach. Families can walk their kids to grab ice cream. Retirees can take a midday loop through the square. It brings back that classic neighborhood feel, but with a modern edge. For a town that's growing fast, these homes are a blueprint for smarter, more connected living. And this also means less traffic when you create more walkability, more life, and the demand for it, it's rising. I know so many of you have asked me time and time again for those walkable neighborhoods as more people look for that mix of charm and convenience. And downtown Lexington is finally stepping up in a big way. And while walkable living is gaining ground, West Columbia is actually reshaping the ground itself. The next project is literally rewriting the road to make space for people, not just the cars. West Columbia is redefining how roads serve people with the WCO Road project. This isn't just a repaving and repainting. It's a full transformation built around safety, walkability, and accessibility. The city is implementing what they call a road diet by reducing the number of lanes to slow traffic, adding bike paths, expanding sidewalks, and making it easier and safer for pedestrians to navigate the corridor. Right at the heart of this redesigned stretch is Capitol Square, a fresh retail and mixed-use destination, bringing new energy to the area. Talking about a 4-story building with 224 multifamily units and 18,000 square feet of retail or office space, with future plans for grocery store and retail spaces, creating a vibrant atmosphere for both residents and visitors. It's the kind of place where people can linger, shop, and enjoy the street as a destination, not just a cut-through. This project is about making West Columbia more people-friendly. By calming traffic and adding community-centered retail, WCO Road is turning into a place to live, work, and spend time, not just pass through. And anyone that has followed me knows how much I've talked about the transformation of West Columbia. And this just adds to that even more. And if you think better sidewalks and street front cafes are appealing, wait until you see the backyard oasis that's coming just outside of Columbia. This one's got water you can actually swim in. Imagine stepping outside your front door and walking straight into a scene that that feels like a tropical resort that you head to on vacation. Clear turquoise water stretches out in front of you. Families out paddleboarding, couples lounging under umbrella, kids building sandcastles. And it's not a vacation, it's your everyday life. That's the vision behind Crystal Lagoons. And it's coming to the Columbia suburbs in a big way. This 7-acre swimmable lagoon is more than just a water feature. It's a complete lifestyle upgrade. We're talking about soft sand beaches, areas for kayaking, paddleboarding, and swimming, and built-in spots to relax, play, and socialize. It's a park, a pool, a resort, and a community hub all in one. It's designed to bring people together, give families an unmatched amenity just steps from their homes. For the local community, this kind of development isn't just exciting, it's transformational. It raises the bar for what residential neighborhoods can be. It boosts the surrounding property values and attracts new buyers looking for unique living experiences. It's also a magnet for small businesses, restaurants, and local service providers who benefit from the increased activity and foot traffic. What makes it truly special, though, is the way it blends natural beauty with innovation. These lagoons use technology that keeps the water crystal clear with minimal energy and chemicals. That makes them both eco-friendly and visually stunning. And instead of needing a beach vacation, residents have one built into their own backyard. And the lagoon, it'll be a mix of private area for those that live in the neighborhoods attached to Crystal Lagoons, as well as those staying as hotel guests at the lagoon, as well as an area for public, for anyone to come enjoy. This is what suburban luxury is evolving into. Not just bigger homes, but better environments to live, play, and build memories in. Columbia is setting its sight on the national stage, and part of that strategy starts with where visitors lay their heads. The city is investing in high-end hotels to support its campaign to bring events like the NCAA Final Four to the Midlands. We're talking boutique properties and luxury lodging designed not just for overnight stays, but for unforgettable experiences. Right now, Columbia has a hotel shortage. During major events, the city often runs out of rooms, pushing visitors to nearby towns and losing valuable tourism revenue. That's a problem for a city with ambitions to host national tournaments, conventions, and high-attendance festivals. And there is a merit for this growth, whether you believe it or not, as recently, Columbia lost its bid to host the NCAA March Madness, with them citing a lack of full-service hotels. So the solution: build up, elevate the experience, and ensure that when big events come to town, Columbia can rise to the occasion. These new hotels are more than just rooms. They're crafted to be a part of the downtown fabric, offering rooftop bars, fine dining, and proximity to the arenas, parks, and cultural landmarks. It's about giving visitors a reason to stay in the city center, spend their dollars locally, and leave with a lasting impression. For locals, this also brings jobs in hospitality, construction, and event support. And it signals to developers and investors that Columbia is serious about becoming a destination city. Hosting the Final Four may be the future headline, but the real story is how this move transforms the entire hospitality ecosystem. And speaking of transformation, our final stop features towers set to change Columbia's skyline and add a whole new pulse to downtown. Let's wrap with a look at what's coming next. Something massive is about to rise over downtown Columbia, and it's not just another building. It's a signal of the city's evolution. A $225 million dual tower development is set to completely transform the skyline and inject a new level of vibrancy into the urban core. These towers, one standing 27 stories tall for market rate housing and the other 22 stories for student living. It will bring over 700 brand new residential units into the heart of the city. But this is more than just a housing project. At street level, you'll find shops, restaurants, and community spaces that turn these towers into living, breathing parts of the neighborhood. Residents will have the ability to walk out their front door and into a downtown full of activity. Coffee shops, rooftop lounges, boutique retail, and green spaces, all right where you live. For students, this means being closer to campus without sacrificing modern amenities. For professionals, it's opportunity to live steps away from work, nightlife, and dining. And for Columbia as a whole, it creates density that supports more businesses, more walkability, and more momentum. This project also boosts the local economy, both during construction and long after completion. It brings jobs, tax revenue, and the kind of architectural signature that elevates a city's identity. Columbia is no longer just building up. It's leveling up. And after seeing all these incredible changes, it's time to zoom out and ask, what does all this mean for the people who live here and those thinking about making Columbia home? Let's bring it home. We just covered 20 major projects reshaping Columbia, each one bringing big energy, long-term investment, and powerful momentum into 2025 and beyond. From new hospitals and high-speed rail to tech campuses and water infrastructure, Columbia is not just growing, it's evolving. If any of this has you thinking about making a move, finding the right neighborhood, or just understanding how these changes might affect your lifestyle or investment, my team and I are here for you. We are real people who live and work right here in the Columbia area, and we would be honored to help guide you through it all. And if you want to keep learning about what it is really like to live in Columbia, South Carolina, check out the other videos on my channel. There is so much more to explore, and I'll see you in the next one.